Hi, my name's Hannah. I'm a fourth-year interdisciplinary studies major and GPP minor. So for my practice experience, I worked with an organization called VOTE in New Orleans, which is an acronym for Voice of the Experienced. It's a criminal justice reform organization that was created and continues to be run by formerly incarcerated people in New Orleans. And all of the work they do is fighting the burdens that formerly incarcerated people have in accessing housing, education, employment, voting rights, healthcare, and things like that. And so they do a lot of policy work, a lot of legal advocacy, civic engagement, voting registration, things like that. I was their volunteer intern for a summer, so I was there for about 2 months, and I did a lot of research work for them, helping create pamphlets, some website design, and a lot of administrative and data entry stuff like that. And I would sit in on different community meetings and help them run the community meetings and film them and that sort of thing. And I stayed in touch with them even after leaving New Orleans, and I continue to stay involved to some extent remotely in the work that they do. Well, there's definitely a whole bunch of things that I learned or came away with a different understanding. I mean, first and foremost, I just didn't realize how hard doing any kind of work against poverty or inequality can be. Especially when you're working on an issue that not everyone agree, a politicized issue that not everyone agrees on as being a problem. With certain problems, it's everyone agrees that this is an issue, hunger. Everyone wants that to not be a thing. But with something like criminal justice, it's not everyone agrees on how to approach it and sort of what the best things are. So it's really hard when you're working with in a sort of tense political climate, which the United States kind of always is. And to just kind of rally people, get people on your side, get people to care. I just didn't realize the extent to how difficult that was, especially when you're in a place like New Orleans, where a lot of the community you're working with and a lot of the people who would make up your member base are dealing with their own things, and there's a lot of poverty in that city, and it's just hard to keep people motivated and keep people plugged into the work you're doing. And I knew that was something that grassroots organizations struggled with, but I just didn't realize how much. Initially, I was interested in doing something related to public health. I was having trouble finding something that I felt fell under that category, but once I sort of expanded my conception of what public health includes and realized that it kind of includes everything, I felt like VOTE was doing a lot of important public health work because they tackle a lot of these issues that all have to do with just the health of communities and poverty and inequality in the realm of criminal justice, which is one of the biggest problems in our country right now, in a really authentic and community-based way.